Today we're going to be talking about the type of functions, like the main two types of functions, which are the main two types of functions include built-in functions and user-defined functions. Hope you don't mind. Some are in lowercase and some are in uppercase. Well, we're going to get to built-in function. Built-in functions are those functions that were already declared with the programming language. It was being delivered as well with the programming language. It means the programmer who made the programming language had to do this shortcut in order to make programming look easy for those programmers using the programming language. Example of built-in functions: we've got empty, we've got iset, we've got string to lower. As you can see, they are all functions. They have got something here. This bracket same as function. Like if I want to create the functions like this, I've got this bracket here. I've got this bracket curly braces. I don't really know their names. Same as this. So what I'm saying here is these are built-in functions, and they help us to accomplish a task and make the programming work look easy. For example, just imagine if you wanted to check something, if something is present or empty or absent in an input field, what are you gonna do? In that case, you're gonna start creating functions, creating sort of stuff, which means you're gonna do everything by yourself. But with the updated programming language, for me, I use PHP, right? Some of the key things are being declared for us to use. Like this one, check if something is present, and this one, check if something is absent, right? That's it. We move over to the user-defined function, which is this user-defined function here. This is the case where you get to create everything. Like the algorithm takes information from this function. For example, let's say you wanted to make a function that calculates. So you've got this function that says arguments. You get to accept two arguments. These are the arguments 1 and 2. These are the arguments. It gets to return this, which is sum equals a plus b. Definitely, when we come below trying to get access to this function, we just call the name of the function and start writing the parameters. These are parameters within, and here they are called arguments, and here they are called parameters. So this is it. User-defined functions help you to create your own algorithm, so you wouldn't repeat same bulk of codes. Because let's say there was no function here, like there was no user-defined function. I'll need to do something like this. I'll need to accept number first. I'll need to accept number, which is like this one here. For example, there was no function, right? There was no function, like no function to be created. I will use this, and immediately as this page loads, right, it will give me this result, and there is no way I could get it fixed unless I'll need to add variable 2, like something like this, sum 2. You get it? And then here I'll calculate z plus c, which is another variable. So functions help us a lot. They really help a lot. They help us not to repeat codes. They help us save time. They help us understand structure more clearer and give us clean codes for us to understand. So we're diving into categories. I'm gonna take this one out. The functions with different categories. I'm gonna say there are two types of functions when it comes to categories, because we've got ones that accept parameters and others that do not accept parameters. That's it. For example, for these ones that don't accept parameters, what you do is you just call their names. Like you just call their names, and what they do is they just return something. They are more of something like a variable. For example, let's use this one out here. For example, I've got hello world, and we're going to take out this. So immediately as I call this echo out this function, it gives me this. So this is it. Immediately I call onto the function, it gives me out this. Example, it seems like variable. For example, if I had a variable here like Greek, that's a variable that says hello world, and I try to call out the variable like echo, let's see, it's still gonna be the same. So right now we've got two hello world, which is the first one and the other one. So functions that doesn't take in arguments or parameters, right, like these ones, we don't really use them often because they're mostly basic and like they behave like variables, so we don't mostly use them. So rather create a variable. And the other category, which is those with parameters, those with parameters. For example, okay, this one has an error because the function is being declared here already. I'm gonna take this one out. So as you can see from here, it says add These are functions with parameters. These are functions that takes in a value and gives out an output. That's more of an algorithm. So function declared, function argument, and the return type. These are the most types of functions and their categories. Like we said above, user-defined function and built-in function. We later talked about parameters and those without parameters. Those are the two types of function I'm thinking you'll find them anywhere. On the next video, I'll be getting into more complex functions, so stay tuned for more.